Hi guys, it's Claire Nakti. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Here I explore astrology through a different lens, what I call intuitive casting, tracing how archetypal forces move through people and into their art, where deeply revealing patterns emerge again and again. In 2007, film critic Nathan Rabin coined the term Manic Pixie Dream Girl to describe the common film trope of a, I quote, brooding, soulful young man being saved from depression and ennui by a fantasy woman who sweeps in like a glittery breeze to save him from himself, then disappears once her work is done. Today, I'll be following the hidden astrological thread of these characters and how those channeling these archetypes are dominated by two astrological placements, both ruled by the sun, Uttara Phalguni and Uttara Ashada nakshatras.
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
Oh, honestly.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dove.
This character type is often criticized for her lack of interiority, her one-directional influence, her tendency to vanish the moment that she's fulfilled her narrative function. But there is a deeper, ancient logic to this pattern that modern criticism tends to overlook. All of this echoes something far older than film. The Manic Pixie, the Muse.
So to Roland Pollard, it was like a spiritual thing. You know, I was a muse.
The Beneficent Trickster, and the spectrum of related feminine figures I'll be exploring are embodiments of an ancient motif. The visitation of a luminous, transitory presence who stirs life and joy into beings who have gone dormant.
बात ऐसे करो जैसे मर चुके हो.
This is an archetype that flows directly from the human heart in its devotional impulse to be awakened, renewed, and continually drawn into the play of life.
I'm looking at her, and she is so beautiful. I can see it. This one moment when you know you're not a sad story. You are alive.
To quickly first tie back to my last video on Uttara Phalguni, the counterpart to the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, the male version, writes Anna Brislaw, is the self-mythologizing, free-spirited dude who's determined to make your life magical, whether you want it or not.
I can show you the world.
Of all the characters labeled Manic Pixie Dream Boys, Jack Dawson is cited the most. Played by Uttara Phalguni ascendant Leonardo DiCaprio.
We'll drink cheap beer. We'll ride on the roller coaster till we throw up.
Because he's a very conscientious student, Pudge has been deprived of many wonderful Clover Creek experiences, including, but not limited to, drinking wine with me in the woods.
Then we'll ride horses on the beach, right in the surf.
Going out late at night and lying in the dewy soccer fields and reading a Kurt Vonnegut book by moonlight.
It would be lovely to sleep in a cherry tree, all silvery in the moonshine, don't you think?
Oh, yes, it would.
As I outlined in my last video on this nakshatra, he's a freewheeling figure with very little personal development or backstory, who enters Rose's life and reconnects her with her joy of living and her authentic spark.
They've got you trapped, Rose, and you're gonna die if you don't break free. Maybe not right away because you're strong, but sooner or later, that fire that I love about you, Rose, that fire is gonna burn out.
And then, in perfect agreement with the Manic Pixie traits as you'll see, dies at the end, essentially becoming infused into Rose's awakening. Another Manic Pixie Dream Boy most frequently mentioned after Jack Dawson is Ferris Bueller, played by Matthew Broderick, who can also have Uttara Phalguni Moon.
Cameron Fry, this one's for you.
Ferris embodies almost every hallmark of the trope in the traits I explored in the Jack Dawson Aladdin video. He's a charming, cunning, rogue-minded young man, and his manic pixie qualities show in how he playfully bends the world around him, influencing and awakening everyone who encounters him while he himself remains fundamentally unchanged. His purpose in the narrative is especially the awakening and loosening of his stiff, depressed, anxiety-ridden friend Cameron.
Pardon my French, but Cameron is so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks you'd have a diamond.
Cameron has the arc, Varys is the catalyst. Another male version of this trope often mentioned is Tyler Durden, played by Uttara Ashada Moon, Brad Pitt in Fight Club, and written by Uttara Phalguni Moon, Chuck Palahniuk. One article states Tyler is a dark, twisted play on the MPD girl trope. Beautiful and charming, wild and eccentric, unfettered by society's constraints, he dive bombs into the narrator's life for the sole purpose of turning it right side out.
I'm free in all the ways that you are not. You were looking for a way to change your life. You could not do this on your own.
I wish to set you free.
There's even a popular Ferris Bueller Fight Club fan theory, which describes him as an evolved version of Ferris Bueller, with Ferris reinterpreted as a figment of Cameron's imagination who exists solely to jolt him out of his constricted life and stagnant mental patterns. A similar dynamic is found in I Love You Man, with Uttara Phalguni Ascendant Jason Segel in the Manic Pixie role.
Let's have a good time. You look fucking stiff. Loosen it up a little bit.
He is a little stuffy, isn't he? I'm trying to loosen him up a little bit.
I told you, you're too stiff.
You say that too often.
If I thought I could make you angry, I'd say it again.
I'm beginning to wonder if you're capable of having a good time.
You're a very anxious person, aren't you, Q?
So while actually many of the characters in my Aladdin analysis can easily be interpreted through a Manic Pixie Dream Boy lens,
Step up onto the rail.
Here, climb up on this.
functioning in the narrative mainly to help free and enliven their romantic partner.
Cameron? Okay, now, lean forward against the glass like this.
Open your eyes.
Oh, God.
Isn't that great?
To serve as a catalyst for their empowerment, women of this nakshatra step into these roles just as consistently and maybe even more distinctly so.
I feel infinite.
For example, you can watch Uttara Phalguni Rising Rachel Bilson, in her role in The Last Kiss, receive the same disenchanted speech from a depressed partner that's echoed by the love interests of Uttara Phalguni men in media like Titanic and Outer Banks.
I am 16, and I already know what the rest of my life is gonna look like.
I saw my whole life as if I'd already lived it.
I've been thinking about my life lately, and everything feels pretty planned out, you know? It's like I know everything that's gonna happen.
That is so boring.
I know.
These pairings all emphasize how when one is becoming overwhelmed with feelings of monotony, it's precisely at this point that they begin gravitating toward Uttara Phalguni energy, which enters a spontaneity, renewal, and unanticipated life force. The phrase Manic Pixie Dream Girl is a modern and often overgeneralized term, so I'm not treating it as a strict category.
Ce que je fais moi c'est vivre, et ça il le comprendra jamais.
For this video, I'm referencing the use of it loosely to gesture toward a recurring catalytic role that long predates the label. For women especially, Uttara Ashada nakshatra for this trope arises just as much. Uttara Phalguni and Uttara Ashada share various overlapping traditional significations, which indicates why they would especially share some film tropes as well. To consider the domination of these women over this trope, of course what might come to mind first for many, and who makes its identification almost too easy, is the triple Uttara Ashada actress Zooey Deschanel.
You are deeply associated with a certain kind of character which is quirky, cute, a little nerdy.
Who didn't just play the role once but was repeatedly cast into it until it became a part of her public image. She basically became the human representative for the term.
You've been mislabeled an indie boy's dream girl. Do you bear in common something with that?
Probably.
Whether each role was a deconstruction or reinforcement of the trope. Uttara Ashada Moon Kate Hudson in Almost Famous is called by many critics a first modern Manic Pixie Dream Girl, and as recently as 2020, Uttara Ashada's son Grace Vanderwaal in Stargirl was described by one critic as the most Manic Pixie Dream Girl who ever Manic Pixie Dream Girled. A descriptor very similar to one a critic wrote about Margot in Paper Towns, played by Cara Delevingne, who can have Uttara Ashada ascendant.
Margot was different. Margot was special. Her life had become a series of unbelievably epic adventures.
Black folks really don't have a Manic Pixie Dream Girl that they can point to in television or film.
Now, while Kate Hudson in Almost Famous is a majorly cited example, the film was written and directed by the Uttara Ashada ascendant filmmaker Cameron Crowe, who also famously wrote and directed Elizabethtown, the movie that inspired the trope's defining and naming in the first place, as it follows a cheerful, optimistic woman who encounters a suicidal man.
Come on, give me your hand. You don't want to do this.
And she seems to shift into a mode of existing only for leading him back to loving and embracing life after a period of loss and grief.
Sadness is easier because it's surrender. I say, make time to dance alone, with one hand weaving free.
While those are modern, more hipster genre film examples, the pattern itself goes back much further. Uttara Phalguni's son, Anna Karina, is described in a Jezebel article as a mass of dreamy contradictions, being whimsical, elusive, unknowable, and independent, which has earned her the moniker of the original MPDG. Uttara Phalguni ascendant Julie Andrews is a key typecasted example in earlier cinema too. Bustle described the Manic Pixie archetype as Mary Poppins but for grown-ass men, while The Atlantic called her role as Maria von Trapp, the preeminent Manic Pixie dream girl.
Well, you see, the sky was so blue today and everything was so green and fragrant, I just had to be a part of it.
How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
Both characters arrive out of nowhere, step into rigid, joyless households.
The Von Trapp children don't play, they march. Whistles, orders, no more music, no more laughing.
Introduce music and color and ultimately soften stiff patriarchs into more loving, joyful modes of being. For the Von Trapps, she comes after a period of grief.
You brought music back into the house? I'd forgotten.
Now, going back even before these earlier cinematic examples, the archetype had already appeared in literature through two of its most iconic figures, Daisy Miller and Daisy Buchanan from The Great Gatsby. Both of these roles were brought to life on screen most famously by Uttara Phalguni women, respectively Sybil Shepherd and Carey Mulligan.
I'm paralyzed with happiness.
Both are elusive, socially transgressive, hard to pin down,
I've never allowed a gentleman to dictate to me or interfere with anything I do.
and more symbol than person in the eyes of the men who project onto them. The article that I found that explores them as the literary Manic Pixies explicitly pair the two daisies with two modern iterations of the same pattern. Sam in The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Alaska in Looking for Alaska, both portrayed on screen by Uttara Phalguni natives Emma Watson and Kristen Forsyth. I quote, Alaska was a prototype for the now ubiquitous Manic Pixie dream girl.
Think about it. It's colorful and complicated, a total mindfuck to figure out. It's me!
Miles falls deeply in love with her, but she, ever enigmatic, insists instead that he looks for the meaning of the existential labyrinth.
You figure out what the labyrinth is and how to get out of it.
And commits herself to helping him get out of it. They enter a boy or man's life, reawakening something dormant in him, and then often slipping back into mystery or in some way being written to disappear again, such as the way both Daisy and Alaska die after the transformations they spark, like Jack Dawson.
What's that smell?
And how Mary Poppins blows away with the wind once she's fulfilled her revitalizing purpose.
Goodbye, Mary Poppins.
As you may have noticed with the two daisies, even their names and descriptors keep circling back to light, the sun, flowers, summer, or spring. Daisy comes from the combination of the two words day's eye, given because its petals close at night and reopen with the sun.
You blossom in the sun, and me, and I come into my own under gray skies.
The character Alaska Young was obsessed with daisies, drawing them everywhere and having plastic daisies in her room, and Mary Poppins wears daisies in her hat.
I remember the day I met her. She had a daisy in her hair.
Daisy. Suits you.
Silly Daisy.
Don't call me that. I hate that name.
It's a beautiful name and a beautiful flower. A flower that grows in the wild. It's a survivor, a yellow sun, a yellow star.
My name is Stargirl.
500 Days of Summer makes its solar nature obvious in the title itself. Summer is literally framed as a season of warmth and brightness moving through a man's life.
Daffodils.
They're your favorite flower.
I ordered a beautiful bouquet of daffodils from a website.
after a few glasses of wine. So, Tom, I think you might be getting some daffodils too. Donna, you're definitely getting
Even
some.
in the very first listing of these characters after the term was coined, the AV Club wrote, "Ah, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, that sentient ray of sunshine sent from heaven to warm the heart." In general, they're often characters described with such wording, such as ray of sunshine.
Can I help you?
Alluding to their optimism and kindness.
She was the most beautiful young lady I never seen. The most timid.
What do you do? Oh, I'm no one really. I mean, I was Miss Amiability in Scottsdale, but, you know, not really a big deal.
You are the queen of kindness and goodness.
Oh, Rose, you do good things. I mean, you are the kindest, most decent human being we know.
In Stargirl, Jerry Spinelli wrote, "Stargirl's smile put a sunflower to shame, and when a stargirl cries, she sheds not tears but light. She was bendable light. She shone around every corner of my day. She taught me to revel. She taught me to wonder."
And you stand up and see the lights on the buildings and everything that makes you wonder.
In her presence, I threw my head back and laughed out loud for the first time in my life.
I was never better pleased in my life.
I like to make you say those things.
These names and descriptions encode this idea that the sun-rolled woman is a visitation of light, a glimpse of warmth that reorganizes and enlivens the world around her and then moves on. And commenters pick up on this quality of Geet, played by Uttara Phalguni's son Kareena Kapoor, in an iconic Bollywood Manic Pixie film, Jab We Met, when the top upvoted comment is, "Geet is the human equivalent of sunshine." Such an archetype calls to mind one of the oldest feminine forces described in human mythology. She is the most celebrated and addressed goddess in the Rig Veda, with 21 hymns devoted to her. Usha is the goddess of the dawn.
Hell of a day for you to decide to sleep in. We're already behind schedule.
Wait, behind schedule for what?
I've long believed the creek that runs behind the school is connected to Miss Anne's diner. Don't you want to test out the theory?
She is the dawn itself who heralds the sun and announces his coming, opening his gates. I quote, "She's the favorite object of celebration with the Vedic poets, and the hymns addressed to her are among the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful, in the entire collection."
Daisy Buchanan, the golden girl. A breathless warmth flowed from her.
'Cause she's like a warm piece of sweet Italian bread. No?
I think she's just an amazing human being. Never seen anyone like her. The way she talks and looks. She wears these sunglasses, and when she takes them off, her eyes are like the clouds clearing past the moon. Sometimes I just want to cry looking at her.
Her Proto-Indo-European predecessor, Huesos, was likely, I quote, "one of the most important deities ever worshipped, as her qualities recur almost unchanged across cultures, such as in Greece as Eos, in Rome as Aurora."
Princess Aurora, she is indeed most wondrous fair, gold of sunshine in her hair.
In Lithuania as Aushrinay, and in England as Eostra. The hymns praising her bring clarity to what the dawn truly is to the human psyche.
What do you think this is?
And read almost exactly like descriptions of the cinematic MP-DG.
Fun, brash, spontaneous, beautiful.
Usha's, I quote, is consistently identified with the dawn, revealing herself with the daily coming of light into the world, driving away oppressive darkness, chasing away evil demons, rousing all life and setting things into motion.
I love how she makes me feel. Like anything's possible. Like, I don't know, like life is worth it.
She is, as one hymn states, the life and health of all things.
You're so great. You're like the most alive person I've ever met.
She seems to get such a terrific kick out of living. You've got to admire that, don't you, Paul?
Yes, yes. You did things and had friends and sang in rock bands and made life happen.
Awakening birds from their nests and being like a young housewife who wakes up all the creatures to send them off to their various duties, energetic and bustling.
Come on! He was your imaginary friend.
You're not dying, you just can't think of anything good to do.
Come on, put your shoes on. Come on, let's go.
The dawn arrives forcefully, brightly, and almost intrusively.
I feel like complete shit, Ferris. I can't go anywhere.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now come on over here and pick me up.
The texts stress her assertiveness and forwardness. She pushes her way into a quiet, dark, dormant world.
She's quite a wild character. She's a real force. She storms into people's lives.
Just as the manic Pixie bursts into a static and lifeless narrative, chatty, disruptive, and impossible to ignore. Often dressed loudly and colorfully, which reflects her personality too.
Am I talking too much?
No.
Sometimes I talk too much.
Am I talking too much?
I can't seem to stop saying things. Everything and anything I think and feel.
People are always telling me that I do, and it seems to cause no end of aggravation.
बोलती जा रही हो तुम्हें समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि मैं तुमसे बात करने में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं हूँ मैं नहीं करना चाहता तुमसे बात
Finishing words is for uptight guys in suits, and I just want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just cash for me.
That was
Let's keep
to
it
get
cash.
you to stop talking.
Oh, well, you failed because I can talk right through a kiss. I'm very talkative. You're gonna have to. No, do you think that's gonna work? Please, you can't force me to do anything.
Across the film, she's quite literally interruptive. She speaks fluently and articulately, long-winded, and with a strong vocabulary.
I shouldn't imbibe so copiously. Alcohol plays havoc on my cerebral neurons.
My adolescence would have no doubt been greatly enhanced by the anesthetizing effects of Kutha, liquor, strawberry hill rosé.
You don't sound like you're in high school.
People would laugh at me because I use big words, but they're exciting and descriptive words, like enraptured.
Her voice often continuing innocently and melodiously right over others' attempts to speak.
He said he wouldn't have lessons when we were in the cars, and we are in the cars about half the time.
Oh, well, then how
There was
could
an
he?
English lady we met in the cars. I think her name was Miss Featherstone. Perhaps you know her? She wanted to know why I didn't give Randolph lessons.
So when dawn comes, the world is still half asleep, reluctant, not ready for her brightness and color and the music that follows her.
I am in a perfectly equable mood. I do not require being made to feel better.
Very much like how these characters initially clash with and have to almost force themselves upon stiff households or depressed protagonists.
Or just call for no reason. Call and talk.
Talk?
Sure. Talk about anything. Pick up the phone and just talk. Don't you ever get the urge to do that?
Not really.
She is like a ray of light onto closed eyelids, forcing them to open.
How does a lunatic like you help a guy like me?
You live in a box. I could lift the lid, let some light in.
Seriously, I dated this guy and I was astounded at how perfectly content he was just living his life in this closed-off little box.
Guess what, society? There is no box.
This is your comfort zone. It's this big, Quentin. All the things that you want in the world are way out there.
The ancient texts continue. She awakens men to life each day and makes everything appear as if it were born again.
You made me feel 10 years younger.
She releases men from their nightmares, sometimes literal, sometimes emotional or existential. She, with bright luster, is perceived dissipating the glooms.
Okay, don't think of that. Let's try something else. What are your favorite things to do?
My favorite? Well, I like it when we're outside.
That's good! Like, there's the beach and sunshine.
She is eternally young, renewed every morning, just as these catalyst figure characters are often literally young girls or daughters, like both of the most famous Anne of Green Gables actresses, being Uttara Phalguni. In films like Lily, Matchstick Men, Somewhere, and Heidi, the young sun girl steps into this revitalizer archetype.
And I am determined that I shall be obedient and dutiful and yet lively enough so as to lighten up the place after you've lived for so many years without the delights of a happy child and the scope of her imagination.
What's going on with you? You switch shampoos or something? Well, I'm glad one of us is happy.
Arrives like a burst of sunlight into a dark and muted environment, warming the stagnancy there and bringing a sense of renewal and rebirth to her lonely guardians.
Hatred, bitterness.
You haven't got any of those things, Grandfather.
Until you came to me, Heidi, they were all I had.
More importantly, even when the character is not literally young, they're depicted as perpetually youthful in spirit.
I'm not 17. I'm a grown-ass woman. I just regularly make childlike mistakes. Do you want to pretend that we work at a princess restaurant? Yeah? Okay,
Always able to find the joy in things, living optimistically and spontaneously.
You have absolutely no sense of the ridiculous.
Come out of that water at once!
Like last Thursday night, you wouldn't walk barefoot with me in Washington Square Park. Why not?
Simple answer, it was 17 degrees.
Exactly. It's very logical, it's very sensible, and it's no fun.
She's spontaneous. She's ballsy. She has no clue what she's doing, and she doesn't care.
Shit.
Delphine.
तुमने पहले कभी ऐसे लेक में जंप किया है?
गीता, आई थिंक हम लोगों को उतरना चाहिए।
ट्राई करना चाहिए, बहुत मजा आएगा।
एक सेकंड, मुझे तुमसे कुछ पूछना था। तुमने कभी किसी साइकियाट्रिस्ट को कंसल्ट किया?
ओह शट अप यार।
नहीं, तुम्हें जरूरत है।
Catherine, pourquoi?
Catherine, tu es fou.
Did you get her?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, fantastic.
Can you really not swim?
Nope.
So why did you do that then?
You can never do anything by half. Do you understand that? तुमने बचपना ट्राई किया है ना? बड़ा मजा आया था। अब पागलपन ट्राई।
अरे गीत, रिलैक्स। अरे listen.
Through their playful, fresh, and vital way of seeing the world, turning even the most mundane daily tasks into fun and games.
It is a game, isn't it, Mary Poppins?
Well, it depends on your point of view.
It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy something if you make up your mind firmly that you will.
You can't focus on what's going wrong. There's always a way to turn things around, to find the fun.
You find the fun and snap. The job's a game.
And the hymns repeatedly emphasize something that appears in nearly every major film example.
I said I love the Smiths.
Are you kidding? I love the Smiths.
She is the leader of joyous songs. Huesos was described as dancing across all cultures. I quote, Ushas throws on embroidered garments like a dancer, Eos has dancing places around her house in the east, and Aushrine dances upon a stone when summer begins.
Elle me fait penser à la musique, son visage.
Just like the men initiated women into more movement and dancing in the Aladdin video, here in female form she stirs those around her into song and dance, initiating people into both enjoying music.
I made you like the best mixed CD ever.
You know, I used to be popular before Sam got me some good music. So you should be careful. She'll ruin your life forever.
Dancing to it and letting loose and singing when previously they'd been too shy.
Ella, she's the first person to get me on this stage in 15 years.
And you're really a terrific tenor.
Oh, you should sing that.
Music से बड़ा passion नहीं था मेरी life.
Life खत्म हो चुकी है तुम्हारी।
Tell me your secret dream.
I desperately wanted to be a singer.
Those are all major consistencies across these works. Uttara Ashada and Uttara Phalguni are both labeled in ancient texts with many overlapping descriptors, such as favored, liked, grateful.
Why didn't you tell me how amazing the bus is?
Oh, isn't she lovely?
Brain is my favorite too.
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels.
I think this is ever so much nicer than taking the carriage, don't you? I have a passion for steamboats anyway. There's always such a lovely breeze in the water, and there are lots of people.
Doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles. And may I add, I love your dress. It's adorable. Oh, this whole thing. Thank you so much. I love the way it twirls.
I love ties.
Yeah.
And Suki meaning happy. Uttara Phalguni specifically is described as Boki, meaning one who is an enjoyer of life.
Je me sens vivant. Cela se l'apporte.
In both Jataka, Parijata, and Brihat Samhita.
The Lake of Shining Waters. That's the right name for it. I know because of the thrill. Do things ever give you a thrill?
I don't rightly know.
It refers to one who allows for sensual, embodied experiences.
Who's up for some fun?
Voyez, elle pense qu'à rigoler.
À qui tu parles?
Spectateur.
सिर्फ हंसी खेल मजाक नहीं होती है जिंदगी की, लाइफ में सीरियस भी होना पड़ता है.
They gravitate towards simple, immediate sources of joy, movement, music.
Look under your bed. It'll set you free.
Play, taste, light, sensation, things aligned simply with the pleasure of being, rather than trying to find happiness through complicated material or social means.
I am enraptured by this glorious landscape.
Just careful. Careful. Got everything I need right here with me. Got air in my lungs and a few blank sheets of paper.
This is also why they can be antisocial, dismissive of others' emotions, and distant at times.
Je m'y suis établir de relations avec les autres. J'ai dit que tu étais toujours toute seule.
The emotional intricacies of others can feel abstract, overcomplicating, or mentally dense to them when they already feel sustained by simpler forms of vitality.
En revanche, elle cultive un goût particulier pour les tout petits plaisirs. Plonger la main au plus profond d'un sac de grains, briser la croûte des crèmes brûlées avec la pointe de la petite cuillère et faire des ricochets sur le canal Saint-Martin.
These associations with joy, finding the joie de vivre or joy of living, is literal in the case of Amy Poehler's Inside Out character. She is an Uttara Ashada Uttara Phalguni native who personifies the emotion of joy itself.
Ned suddenly wanted to tell her everything, his fears, his dreams, and all the pure joy she had brought into his life.
It's the best day of my life.
Many of these solar catalyst characters also take the form of a beneficent trickster.
You may lose a battle, but mischief always wins the war.
A character who reshapes the stagnant environment more quietly and discreetly, disrupting darkness through small intentional acts of secretive altruism.
You think Cameron's gonna be okay?
For the first time in his life. He's gonna be just fine.
You knew what you were doing when you woke up this morning, didn't you?
Me?
I told you she was tricky.
Stargirl and Amelie, played by Uttara Phalguni Ascendant Audrey Tautu, are the clearest mirrors of each other in this mode. Both move quietly through their worlds, being distant from those around them, yet impacting them deeply.
C'est incroyable ce qu'il vient de m'arriver. Ça doit être mon ange gardien, c'est pas possible autrement.
Stargirl collects little details about people. She has walls of notes on birthdays, past griefs, and wishes for strangers in the town, and Amelie quietly watches all of the lonely strangers in her neighborhood. And they both use this hidden knowledge to carry out tiny interventions that nudge someone toward more happiness or connection.
You know, I think we both wanted to be with her. And she wanted us to be together.
This summer, I'll sort of fling you two together. I'll push you into linen closets and out to sea in boats.
You gave me something that I thought only existed in pictures.
What?
Well, suddenly, I'm the guy that wants to know everything and everyone, and I want them to know me. And I'm gonna call my son.
Their magic here is subtle but calculated.
When you're with Mary Poppins, suddenly you're in places you never dreamed of. And quick as you can say, Bob's your uncle, the most unusual things begin to happen.
Like a clue left in the right place, or a gesture timed perfectly, a little gift, or a well-intentioned manipulation.
She tricked me into taking Jane and Michael to the bank. That's how all the trouble started. Tricked you into taking the children on an outing? Yes. Outrageous.
Vianne in Chocolat, played by Uttara Ashada Moon Juliette Binoche, is essentially a sensual Mary Poppins, a comparison critics have frequently made. She arrives on the wind.
The wind has changed, sir. Seems to be coming in from a new quarter.
So it is. One winter day, a sly wind blew in from the north.
Enters a morally frozen town and restores vitality through subtly reintroducing pleasure. She opens a chocolate shop, and it functions here as a symbolic stand-in for sweetness and embodied joy.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
That's fantastic.
Thanks. It's delicious with Charlotte's honey. You haven't lived until you've tasted her honey.
That was probably the best pie I've ever tasted in my life. That pie was biblically good. That's how good it was.
Vianne loosens, frees, and renews nearly everyone she encounters, except the town's authoritarian moral gatekeeper, whose resistance mirrors Mr. Banks' stiffness in Mary Poppins.
Just the medicine they need for all this slipshod, sugary female thinking they get around here all day long.
And whose eventual collapse into release signals the completion of her work, at which time she's expected to blow away again.
A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
But in this story, resists.
The wind spoke to Vianne of towns yet to be visited, friends in need, yet to be discovered by someone else next time.
So their sweet acts are not at all generic kindness. Amelie and Vianne both give gifts to others in the form of these priceless interventions, from something closer to soul reading.
I had no idea who they were from, but whoever it was, they made sure that for one moment every year, I couldn't forget who I was.
Amelie senses the small missing piece someone needs to feel complete and delivers it in some indirect, cunning form. Vianne, who senses people's favorite chocolate, is really mirroring her intuition of what they secretly crave.
Very dark. Bitter chocolate, that's your favorite.
And her special ability to subtly and softly move them towards fulfillment of that desire.
And for the record, I saw Chocolat. Just delightful.
Leslie Knope in Parks and Recreation throughout its seasons is constantly embarking on missions like a beneficent trickster to bring joy to the lives of those around her.
Where's Leslie? I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, she's just running around trying to pull off an elaborate, thoughtful surprise for you.
Of course.
Giving gifts so uncannily attuned to what the other person would actually want.
I have a knack for guessing people's favorites.
That they feel more like a form of deep recognition.
Anne said you had a big party. Sombreros, karaoke.
I did that for Anne. Why would I throw Ron Swanson an Ann Perkins party?
I don't like lotion. I like my hands to be cracked and calloused like a railway worker.
I know. I filled the bottles with fake blood, vinegar, and mud.
Really? Thanks.
Or setting them off on revivifying adventures.
If you follow that itinerary to the letter, I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
And Leslie's also always breaking into song and dance and just generally being one of the most optimistic, cheerful, sweet and caring characters on TV.
Dear award committee members, where I live, there are a lot of apathetic people. People who don't care at all about what they do or how they do it. Leslie Knope is not one of these people. She cares about everything and everyone in our town. I don't know how she does it. People come to her with the pettiest, stupidest problems, and she cares, like really actually cares what happens to them. And if you're lucky enough to be her friend, your life gets better every day. She spends every waking moment thinking of new ways to make her friends happy. There is something wonderful about seeing someone who has found her true purpose on Earth. For some people, I guess that's being an astronaut or a hot dog eating champion. For Leslie, her true purpose on Earth, her true meaning is making people's lives better.
Elle inspire profondément, et la vie lui paraît alors si simple et si limpide qu'un élan d'amour, comme un désir d'aider l'humanité entière, la submerge tout à coup.
In her office, I finally saw her. All her glitter and ribbons, magic tricks, information found just like anyone else. Only nobody else did find it, because nobody else cared to. Who cares about strangers' birthdays or stories about other people? Who would take the time for someone they don't even know?
Just as their personalities would be described as sweet, the sweet flavor is often associated with them in films.
Did I also just walk past a food truck and buy myself a waffle sundae? Yes!
Would you like some pie?
Massive quantities.
In Ayurveda, the sweet flavor, madhura, translates to things like pleasant, charming, melodious, and is associated with the emotion of love. It is a flavor said to grant energy, vigor, and vitality, encouraging the senses, and that the sweet taste enhances ojas, the vital essence of life.
Mary Poppins, she's the one what sings, "A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes."
See, that's exactly what I mean. Changing bread and water into tea and cakes, indeed. No wonder everything's higgledy-piggledy here.
You're a terrific baker. The stuff you make is incredible. It brought my mom so much joy.
Now, are these chocolate chips semi-sweet or milk?
The milk.
Is the Karo syrup light or dark?
It's a matter of taste.
Where's the other one you were talking about? Cup.
Oh, that's simple. You don't need to write that down. That's a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, a cup of fruit cocktail with the juice, and you mix and bake at 350 till golden bubbly.
Sounds awfully rich.
It is, so I serve it over ice cream to cut the sweetness.
The character Shug, whose name is short for sugar.
Shug like honey. And now, I's just like a bee. Us follow her everywhere. Wanna go where she go?
Was played by Uttara Ashada women in both film versions of The Color Purple. Shug is an exactly parallel, catalytic, life-affirming figure, arriving to a morally rigid town, embodying music and rebellion and color, and bringing freedom, vitality, and renewal to everyone who encounters her.
Oh, Miss Celia, feels like singing.
My heart wants to sing every song.
And especially to the emotionally numb and isolated character Celie.
Since she got here, things have been different. Good different.
Some people are just like that.
What's all that fearful caterwauling in the kitchen?
It's Cook singing.
Cook singing? What's wrong with her?
She's as happy as a cricket. As a matter of fact, since you hired Mary Poppins, the most extraordinary thing seems to have come over the household.
All of this calls to mind the twisted, beneficent trickster quality of Tyler Durden, too. In one scene, he threatens a man's life, forcing a near-death experience onto him.
The question, Raymond, was what did you want to be?
Veterinarian.
Animals.
Yeah, animals.
Good stuff, yeah, I got that. That means you have to get more schooling.
Too much school.
Would you rather be dead
But the twist is it's only with the intention of making him wake up from his stagnation, get back to pursuing his forgotten dreams,
If you're not on your way to becoming a veterinarian in 6 weeks, you will be dead.
and reawaken to a deep appreciation for life.
Tomorrow will be the most beautiful day of Raymond Castle's life.
So these characters like Stargirl, Amelie, Vianne, Leslie, and Mary Poppins
Leslie can't watch anything with Julie Andrews in it before bedtime because it gets her too hyper.
Okay.
all share this beneficent trickster quality and the sense to those who perceive them that they might be magical.
Is she magic?
Depends on how you define magic.
Or at least operating from some intuition for a revivification that ordinary people don't have, some aptitude to sense what people need for reawakening and who needs it.
I feel like a whole new me, you know what I'm saying, Woo?
I knew you had it in you, Timmy.
Oh, I got it in me. I got Woo in me, girl. I got you in me, girl. I ain't letting it go, neither. What you want to do, huh? The night is young.
Many of these women are given a quiet, magical realism quality through randomly surfacing abilities
She made it rain the other night. Excuse me?
that appear fully formed and then vanish just as quickly.
She keeps winning, and she's not even trying.
Leslie's sudden, impeccable art skills,
A mosaic portrait of each of you made from the crushed bottles of your favorite diet soda.
Rose and Island's effortless dancing or random ability to speak to animals, and so on. The talents aren't introduced, cultivated, or explained, they simply emerge, and this gives them a slightly mysterious, otherworldly quality. Power moves through them, but they barely identify with it, name it, or build an identity around it. It's a sign that she operates on a slightly higher octave of reality, where joy, order, alignment, and wonder arise naturally simply because she's present.
We've won 4 football games this year, and before this we never even won 1. And I think, oh no, I know it's her.
What's your shtick?
I'm lucky.
If you're so lucky, then what are you doing here with us?
I don't know yet.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that I don't know yet. But there's a reason why I'm here. And I'll know when I know. Everything usually works out for me.
Why should everything work out for him? What makes him so goddamn special?
For all intents and purposes, Summer Finn, just another girl. Except she wasn't.
Luck isn't a superpower.
Yes, it is.
Let's meet in the middle and say no, it isn't.
But it is.
Okay. You're hired.
Oh, lucky me.
In 1998, Summer quoted a song by the Scottish band Belle and Sebastian in her high school yearbook. This spike in Michigan sales of their album, The Boy with the Arab Strap, continues to puzzle industry analysts. Summer's employment at the Daily Freeze during her sophomore year coincided with an inexplicable 212% increase in revenue. Every apartment Summer rented was offered at an average rate of 9.2% below market value. It was a rare quality, this Summer effect.
In films like Paper Towns, Stargirl, Ferris Bueller, and The Color Purple, there's this recurring theme of the solar character becoming almost like a local legend, taking on this mythic quality.
Today, our guest is Micah High's very own controversial good luck charm herself, Stargirl Caraway.
The whole school or community makes up tales about them, turning them into folk heroes who end up feeling larger than life to those around them.
Oh, and Margot? Someone said they saw her in New York starring in a revival of the Fantastics. Someone else said she's on the West Coast teaching surf lessons in Malibu. I don't listen to those rumors anymore.
As the years went by, the stories got more elaborate. She played every instrument in the marching band. She could make flowers appear out of thin air. One time, I even heard she could fly.
People treat them as a deeply otherworldly, transient, unknowable figure.
What's your real name?
And that leads me to the next feminine archetype to cover. A far older descriptive idea for this catalytic effect is that of the muse, which I'll be exploring in depth in the next video.
Have you ever heard the expression kissed by a muse? That's what I am. I'm a muse.
Where I'll explain too why her power lies in inspiration, not in becoming someone's possession, and more on why these stories always emphasize that she must remain free to move on once her creative work is done. So these characters, in their various different forms, are shown to blow in and out like the wind.
And just like that, she was gone. But even though she was gone, she was everywhere.
Intuitively or magically flowing into dark, stagnant places, and then drifting away again.
Your way must be harder. Each time having to make a new home from scratch.
Just as the sunrise never stays in one place and moves across the earth to bring day wherever night is present.
Ainsi Catherine était la bas reine radieuse du foyer, prête à s'envoler.
I shall stay until the wind changes.
What's the matter with you? Generally, you seem restless. I mean, not just now, in a kind of permanent way.
I do believe it's time for me to go. September. Yeah, September would be a good time to go off in the world.
As Jerry Spinelli wrote on Stargirl, she was elusive. In our minds, we tried to pin her to a cork board like a butterfly, but the pin merely went through and away she flew.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down?
What to tell you, Danny? 1 minute she's here, the next minute, who knows?
Sounds like Margot's run away again.
For the 5th time.
Send a wireless to the Lovington Detective Agency. Daughter escaped again.
And the trouble with miracles is that they don't last long. The muse or manic pixie's renewal, like the dawn, is the momentary burst of color, music, joy, and optimism for life breaking into the darkness that one must harness and then integrate into our mundane tasks and daily life as the sun fully rises. The potent feeling of renewal they bring is brief, like the freshness and hope for the new day found only in the morning.
I made sure I enjoyed everything in advance. Looking forward to things is half the pleasure.
Blessed is he that expects nothing, for he shall not be disappointed.
Oh no, Mrs. Lynn. I think it would be much worse to expect nothing than to be disappointed.
But its point is to launch people into motion.
But sometimes, if I don't push you in the right direction, you end up standing still.
I'm so disappointed in Cameron. $20 says he's sitting in his car debating about whether or not he should go out.
Their radiance subsides, but the world they've awakened keeps moving. A name for the sun is Jagadenan Dahe Tave, meaning the cause of the bliss of the whole world. I quote Andrew Foss's analysis of this. All joy ultimately arises from the field of pure being. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, touching the wholeness is infinite joy. The sun teaches us to experience happiness from within, from the simplest things, where happiness isn't something you have to manufacture, earn, or chase, but something you can return to through direct contact with life itself.
You see, God is in music, in the water, in the sunlight.
Therefore, their happiness is transcendent. It's a gentle, meditative orientation into the joy of being, even while the heart still fluctuates through life's ups and downs.
Your problem is that you're not happy being sad.
What does she mean by that?
Well, I think what she means is that you need to reach a place in your life where you're okay with your sadness. It's pretty high concept stuff. How old did you say she was again?
16.
It's monastic. She's like a monk.
The sun is Atma, the soul, and the archetypal sun-rolled individual therefore orients simply into true, unfettered being.
Non, non, Jim. Vous le savez, Catherine fait toutes les choses à fond, une par une. Elle est une force de la nature qui s'exprime par des cataclysmes. Elle vit dans toutes les circonstances au milieu des éclats et des harmonies.
And then helps others experience their souls as well, who model themselves after this, like the Shiva contemplations in my Aladdin video.
You're a watcher. There are watchers in this world and there are doers. And the watchers sit around watching the doers do. Well, tonight you watched and I did.
There are people who watch things happen and there are people who make things happen. Which one are you?
Oh, I'm a maker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I make things happen.
Okay, well, let's get to making something happen, fella. Come on.
Another name for sun is Jyotish Parismai, meaning the light for another. The sun shines and others enjoy. Sun is less transactional than other planets. It doesn't lose anything by shining, it doesn't ask if someone deserved their energy, and doesn't ask what you'll give back to it. It just illuminates out of joy and purpose to do so, and then moves on, and that's actually what grants it so much transcendent otherworldliness.
What do you think Ferris is gonna do?
He's gonna be a fry cook on Venus.
I quote, "The sun is the king, and a good king is a source of joy for all people."
I used to run through the meadows behind our house so I could pick flowers for my mama. I loved the smell and that they felt like a little ray of sunshine that I could share.
In many ancient dawn myths, people speak as though Ushas or Yos or Aurora might not wake, and they pray for her return each morning because her arrival is so crucial and desired after the dark cold of the night. The abundant praise for Ushas comes from the human heart's wish and pleading with the sun to always return, for the beautiful dawn maiden to always open the sun's gates, for life to rise again after grief or stillness.
I realized it was ridiculous, being afraid, worrying about everything. Wishing I was dead.
मैं अगर आज जिंदा हूं तो तुम्हारी वजह से, you fool.
And it's one of humanity's most consistent devotional impulses.
He is in love with me.
Many traditions explain dark forces trying to keep her dormant.
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on the spindle of the spinning wheel and fall into a sleep like death. A sleep from which she will never awaken.
Because if she sleeps, the world stays dim and suspended.
Millions d'anonymes en deuil se pressent le long du cortège et lui témoignent en silence étrange destin que celui de cette jeune femme dépossédée d'elle-même, pourtant si sensible au charme discret des petites choses de la vie. Elle avait résolu de s'attaquer à l'implacable moulin de toutes les détresses humaines.
The myths where the dawn will not awaken echo the fairy tale of Sleeping Beauty directly. Disney names her Princess Aurora after the dawn goddess.
Her name was Aurora Borealis, but everyone just called her Abs for short.
And her imposed sleep symbolizes the coming of dawn held in darkness. When she is unconscious, in the tale too, the entire kingdom is frozen. The curse is essentially the world without sunrise, without being renewed and awakened by the new day. All living beings in the solar system depend on the sun for life force. When she awakens, the film cuts immediately to images of sunrise and the kingdom stirring back to life. Her warm presence, her arrival, her awakening is the town's awakening too.
Sarah, I stood on the street and I realized this is it. Life will never be better or sweeter than this.
As Jerry Spinelli wrote on Stargirl, from Stargirl a new collective came into being. A vitality, a presence, a spirit that had not been there before. Their solar radiance also calls to mind the coming of spring after a long cold winter, just as it symbolizes the rising of the sun after the night.
Allez, dépêchez-vous, on va à la plage.
Eostra, the English name for Ushas, is the name for the springtime festival that Easter replaced. Chocolat takes place during Lent, a time of austerity, and Vienne completes her mission fully on Easter Day.
But the parishioners felt a new sensation that day, a lightening of the spirit. Even the Comte de Renault felt strangely released.
I might pop through a chalk pavement picture and go for an outing in the country, or I might seize a horse off a merry-go-round and win the derby, or I might just fly a kite. Only Poppins would know.
Just as in Stargirl, a direct metaphor to the town entering a kind of spring phase from her influence is described.
Until that night, I'd always thought mud frogs were an odd choice for a mascot. You see, mud frogs spend most of their time sleeping. They sleep at the bottom of dry ponds in the desert, buried in mud, for months. They do this when there's no food or water. And then, one day, the rain comes. And just like that, they're awake. We were the mud frogs. And we always had been. We were just waiting for it to rain.
She brings the rain. Oh yeah, she brings the rain.
The cult classic Norwegian Wood centers on a man caught between two loves.
In the dawn of the silvery day, clouds seem to melt away.
Naoko, who embodies death and withdrawal, and Midori, who serves as a stark contrast representing life, vitality, and new beginnings. Midori is played by Kiko Mizuhara, who can have Uttara Phalguni moon.
It feels like spring.
The song She Brings the Rain plays after his first kiss with Midori, comparing her to a spring period, entering the darkness of his life, and then later as he thinks about her when he's about to lose her, the song Indian Summer plays to show how he wants to keep her warmth and vitality around him.
Howdy, Pa. How you be?
A character in the color purple compares Shog's disruptive arrival to a spring or summer-like force of nature too.
You ain't seen those robins covering the sky last week? Heard that's when she arrived. Not to mention the swarms, mosquitoes, and this here heat wave.
Sun women, through these works of art, are therefore stepping into a mythic position and powerfully enacting a natural cycle to channel and illustrate the beauty and sacredness of dawn or light's arrival, illumination, transforming touch, and departure. In myth and in film, this is the dawn visitation figure's essential function, to make the world look different to those around her, to bring out its little hidden sweetnesses.
Does it really work?
Of course it does. You try it. What things do you like?
Mozzarella. Honey rabbit.
Sometimes we just go, you know? And we go, and we go, and we go. She made me stop. She made me look. Sometimes it's that simple.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Because we don't ever stop to breathe anymore.
To show the way it's full of tiny and simple but potent pleasures. This visitation is summed up quickly in a scene of Amelie. After her realization that she feels her purpose is to help people, she grabs a blind man and leads him through the streets, narrating the many simple pleasures of daily life and drawing his attention to the often overlooked little warmth and vitality flowing all around him. In one traditional hymn to the dawn goddess, the final that I will read today, she is a beautiful maiden, smiling and irresistibly attractive.
Le sourire tranquille revenait de lui-même se poser sur la bouche de Catherine, il lui était naturel, il exprimait tout.
Who brings cheer to all those who gaze upon her. She infuses life into things that appeared lifeless. As she dispels the darkness, she reveals all the treasures it concealed. As she leaves, his soul radiates, not because he saw her, but because he saw through her eyes.
I think it pisses God off. You walk by the color purple in a field and not notice it.
In witnessing the soul alive in the world, one's own soul stirs awake in response. The sun represents the soul's capacity to experience itself. In her re-enchantment or revivification,
Other people may call it the avenue, but I shall always call it the white way of delight.
is at its core an act of remembrance.
This person is kind of pretty.
She helps life remember itself.
Just one moment when you know you're not a sad story. You are alive.
For the beings she touches, she awakens them to the soul's natural ease in being alive, returning them to a way of experiencing life that feels beautiful and meaningful simply because it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. This isn't where it ends though, so I want to say a bit about what this opens into. There are a lot of dimensions to Sun Women that branch out from this, which I'll be exploring here and through Patreon content. Relational dynamics with another planet, unpacking why she has so much projection upon her, more sensorial expressions of this archetype, more on how this affects their spiritual inclinations and preferences.
See, Daddy, sinners have soul too.
As well as broader cultural and political expressions of their freeing energy. That last layer is actually the video topic that I mentioned at the end of the Aladdin video, but I didn't end up making next. I wanted to explore this more personal catalyst archetype for women first, one that largely mirrors the scope of the Aladdin video, before bridging into those broader topics. My current plan for 2026 is to post shorter videos more often, so I can publish kind of building blocks of understandings around the nakshatras over time through smaller specific subtropes, jumping between nakshatras, but ultimately building toward the same fuller understandings that come through my longer projects. So you can expect more content on Sun Women this year, but also a lot of content on other nakshatras as well. I'm not going to just stick to Sun Women for many videos in a row. If you're looking forward to that and want to follow my work more closely and be a part of the process as it unfolds, you're welcome to join my Patreon. I posted over an hour of video content on Patreon in 2025, and there are tons of research studies, analysis, documents, videos, and other material you can access immediately upon joining, plus an active community in the group chats discussing all the unique topics covered on my channel. Most of my videos, including this one, aren't monetized, so Patreon is what directly supports my work. A special thanks to my Waxing Moon level patrons listed on the screen now, and thank you so much for your generosity to my Full Moon level patrons. Ashley De La Cruz, Maddie DRX, Ray, Crystal Lynette, Nikki, Jasmine, Eric Linden, E, William Rivera, Aaron Shade, Unity, Emily Moon, Nexus, Michael Irwin, Haya, Joanne Schultz, Carl Wilton, Alex Durin, Luna, JJJJ, Kirsty Perez, Jake Settlemeyer, Saturn's Daughter Saphira, KM Wyland, T. Cheatham, Mia, Pinky Gooman, Rhea, Bella Giroux, Sophia DeTroy, Cheyenne Diaz, Sonam, Shailesh Shah, Geraldine Orozco, Ginny, Francesco, Elias Williams, Yukiela Winston, Janelle, Olga Anisimova, and the Elemental.
You're still here?
India, Zachary Smith, Gigi, Countess.
It's over.
Jillian Barella, Mel MM, Sakay Diaz.
Go home.
Baratha, Jaslyn, Melody, Chantel, Rohan Prajapati.
Go.
Fiona, MJB, Helen Yo, and Aiden. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.